Hey there, I'm Lucas Bond with the Missouri Department of Conservation, and today on Habitat Hints, we're actually going to be talking about fire breaks. You know, when you're out there doing a prescribed burn, talk about the importance of you having those fire breaks while you're doing that. I am actually joined by MDC's Cory, Gregg, and he's going to explain and talk about the importance of fire breaks. So let's turn this around and chat with him. All right, so today on Habitat Hints, we're talking fire breaks, and this is Cory, Gregg. Cory, tell us why fire breaks are so important, and started off, what is a fire break?
All right, so fire breaks are really important if you're going to do any prescribed burning, and getting those fire breaks established according to a burn plan is ideal. If you can get a burn plan from an MDC professional, that's going to kind of line out what type of fire breaks you need and where they need to be established. So there's some parameters there. Most of the time what we're looking for is a fire break that is at least 1.5 times the adjacent fuel height. So we want to make sure that it's definitely wide enough that it's going to prevent any kind of embers coming across and setting fire on the outside of those fire breaks. So there's a lot of different type of fire breaks depending on what type of prescribed burning you're going to be doing, what type of fuel. So if you're going to be doing grassland versus woodland, we'll kind of touch on those. But right now what we're going to look at is a couple different fire breaks that we have here that we can utilize. The one right here behind me is just a close mode fire break, or basically a trail in this scenario. And what you want to do is get that grass as closely mowed as you possibly can. I mean, if you can get a finish mower in there and really get it close to that dirt, the less fuel you have on that line is key. That's what we don't want. And while you're mowing that, blowing that fuel that you're cutting to the outside of that burn unit is ideal too. So, but these close mowed lines can also kind of cause problems in the day of the burn. If you have a pretty good wind like we do today, you can see there's still a lot of fuel in these lines that could catch fire, and that fire can creep across. So these are not the best fire breaks. They can be used, but with caution. So instead, we prefer to get down to bare mineral soil if we can. And so we'll look at a fire break right here, which is a disc line. So if you have a small disc, doesn't have to be too wide, 6-foot disc will work. 10 foot is great. Like I said, we're looking to meet the standards in that burn plan. So, but you can see here, it's down to bare mineral soil. You really don't have much vegetation, especially contiguous vegetation that, a fire could creep across and get across there. A lot of these fire breaks, if you plan on burning off of them, several different units off of it every couple of years, I would encourage putting them in as permanent fire breaks. What I mean by that is go ahead and plant some vegetation on it, so some winter wheat, but ultimately some clover, some kind of perennial that's going to stay green, especially during the burn season, which is the dormant season. A lot of times is when we're doing that or burning. It's December right now, so it's definitely the very beginning of the fire season, and having these breaks established earlier, the better. As soon as leaf drop, is the best time, really. That way, whenever that burn window opens up, you're ready to go, and you don't have to hustle around to try to get your breaks in.
Awesome. So, I mean, you gave us a great amount of information talking about fire breaks. And honestly, what's the point all the way around for a fire break? Is it just so that you stop the burn there and it won't spread? Is that the most important aspect of a fire break?
Right. That's what fire breaks are. It's just to contain that fire whenever you're doing your prescribed burns. The more homework, I call it homework, the more work you do in the front end, the less stress you're going to have the day of the burn.
All right, and if people have any questions or they want to learn more about fire breaks, where can they find more information at?
We have on our website, MDC website, we have a lot of information about prescribed burning. You can contact your local private land conservationist or forester in your county at our website as well. And most all of them are well versed in prescribed burning.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Cory. I appreciate it. And thank you all for tuning in. Echo what he said. To learn more about fire breaks and much more, you can contact your local private lands conservationist or go on our website at mdc.mo.gov and search in the search box fire breaks or prescribed burns, and you'll get more information. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great rest of the day.